Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So we have a new Insider preview build rolling out to the Windows 11 Insiders in the Canary Channel. And for this week, the latest build is 27744. So if you are interested in what's going on in this early release preview build, then just a quick look at what's new and one or two changes and improvements. Now we get one new feature, and the new feature is new processor feature support in Prism. Now this is quite a mouthful, so I'm going to try and explain this in a simple a way as possible for the purpose of this video, in case you are unaware what this is all about. So in a nutshell, Windows 11 on ARM, so that's your PCs with Snapdragon CPUs, is not designed to run traditional or normal 64-bit apps that you use on Intel and AMD systems. So what this means is that developers need to compile their apps again to work on ARM. But for those who can't, Windows 11 ships with an emulator called Prism to make these normal apps available on ARM. Now, Prism is the name of the new emulator in Windows 11 24H2, in case you're unaware. And what it does is it makes apps run significantly faster compared to previous Windows releases. So with this latest build 27744 in the Canary Channel, Prism can now use more CPU features, as an example, Snapdragon, to run apps under emulation. So it will now allow you to run more apps that were previously not available. So in a nutshell, Microsoft is now allowing more apps to run on ARM using emulation by unlocking everyone's CPU features. So what you're looking at here, what's shown in this screenshot from the actual changelog, is that when you use command line output from a tool called coreinfo64.exe, Microsoft says that you can now see the CPU features supported in the virtual CPU in an emulated environment. So CPU instructions such as AVX, AVX2, FMA, and XSAVE are now supported in emulation. So the long and the short of all of this is that now 64-bit apps can now use these newer CPU features. So that's what this new Prism is all about in the Canary Channel for this week. So that's quite a mouthful, but I hope you understand and get the gist of that. And then moving on to some changes and improvements. And if we head over to the start menu, the same as rolled out to the stable version already. All apps is now just all on the start menu. This previously used to be called all apps, as you may well know. So the Canary Channel now has also received that. And this is a change that Microsoft is making across the board. And then something else that we have been talking about over the last couple of days on the channel. In the stable version and across the board, Microsoft pulled the new Gamepad keyboard because of bugs. But now in this early release preview build, 27744, Microsoft say they are now beginning to roll out the new Gamepad keyboard layout for the on-screen keyboard that supports the ability to use your Xbox controller to navigate and type. This is starting to roll out once again. So this is a good sign that in a couple of releases or updates for Windows 11 in the stable, this feature should be returning once again, because obviously Microsoft has to iron out a couple of bugs in the Insider program before it makes its way back to stable. And then if we head over to the Task Manager, there's a couple of little user interface tweaks and adjustments, where Microsoft say they've updated the design of the disconnect and log off dialogues in Task Manager to now support dark mode and text scaling. So what this is all about, just to give you an idea, in the stable version, if I right click on this user and I say disconnect, this is still in light mode and light theme, although Task Manager is in dark. So basically this is what they are making now dark mode, which I think is nice because it just makes the whole experience a lot more uniform across the board in the Task Manager, which is a good thing. And if we head over to performance, for the disk, in the performance section, they now label listed disks with their type. So as an example, SSD will now have, as an example, NVMe next to it, the type of the actual disk. And to some extent or the other, this is also rolling out to the stable version. I haven't received it yet, but that's now in this latest Canary Channel build. And then the last one for the purpose of this video is that the Detach Virtual Hard Disk VHDX button, Microsoft say they added under Settings, System Storage, Disks and Volumes, as we can see, introduced with a previous build, is now back with this build after being temporarily disabled. So this has been a kind of a backwards and forward process with this Detach feature. So nonetheless, that's back in the Canary Channel. And then over and above that, guys, because it is early days in the Canary Channel, there are some fixes and also known issues which are expected in these early preview builds. And that's more or less what's going on in this latest preview build for the Canary Channel Insiders build 27744. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.